What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today I'll be giving you a full OBS tutorial. Alright, first up we're going to add a scene. Absolutely. Next step, we're going to add a display capture. So basically this is going to capture whatever's on your screen, whether it's your game, your browser, or anything else you want your viewers to see. It's one of the main building blocks in OBS, so let's get that set up. What else do you have in mind? Sure thing. So now you can head over to your sources, click that little plus button, and you can add an audio input capture if you'd like. Mic will let you bring in your microphone or any other audio source right into the mic. Absolutely. So a color source is basically just a solid block of color that you can throw into your scene. It might sound super simple, but it's a really handy tool if you want to create backgrounds, overlays, or just add a bit of visual flair. So have fun playing around with that, and let's see what else you need. All right, now we're going to get into the game capture. This is where you can really hero in on a specific game window to make sure your viewers see exactly what you're playing. So let's dive into that next. And I think all right, so for the mode, you're basically going to choose to capture a specific window. Honestly, I don't really mess around with any other options, so we're just going to roll with that for today's video. Let's keep it simple and straightforward. Anything else on your mind? Sure thing. So for the window node, once you load up the game you want to play, you just come in here, choose the window mode, and it should pop right up on your screen. And that's basically game capture in a nutshell. Anything else you're curious about? Absolutely. So now if you look at what I'm recording, you'll notice this little plus button. I'll show you exactly. Got it. All right. So if you check out the screen where it says stop recording, we'll also see a pause button there. I'm going to walk you through how to get that pause button and how to use it. So let's keep going and dive into that. Anything else you'd like to cover? All right, so next up, we're going to hop into the OBS settings and then head over to the video section. Now, somewhere in there, there's going to be a little button or something you can scroll down to. It might say something about activating a certain feature or setting. I did this a while back myself, but yeah, you're just going to look for that. And once you find it, you'll be all set. So let's go ahead and do that. Anything else you're curious about? All right, and now we're just going to apply those settings and then cancel out of them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But if you've seen folks with a keyboard overlay on their screen and you want to do that as well, I'll show you how to set that up next. Sure. So the next step is to go ahead and open up your browser and just type in NOHBOARD, no horde. That's the tool you need to get that keyboard overlay that up. Absolutely. So once you search for no horde and you land on the GitHub page, you're just going to click on the releases section there. Then scroll down a bit until you see a file that says no horde rewrite me 1.3.0.zip. Just click that and that should do it. Exactly. So if it's your first time using it, you'll head over to your ISLE, open up your downloads folder, and you should see that zip file chilling there. Just right click on it and hit extract all, and that'll unpack everything for you. Pretty straightforward. All right, so at this point, you're probably seeing a page on your screen that says extract. Just go ahead and click on that and give it a moment to extract everything in the file. And if it asks you about skipping any files or anything like that, just go ahead and skip them. You're all good? And exactly, you've got it. So once that extraction finishes, you'll see a new folder pop up with all those no horde files inside. Just have a little look around for the one that's got an N and a B in the file name, and go ahead and just double click that to run it. And that'll get you up and running. Anything else I can help? Right on. So when you open it up, you'll see this cool little keyboard and mouse overlay pop up on your screen. Now, since you've already gone through it before, you'll notice a little button for categories. Just click that and pick the third option, starts with a J, and you can choose whichever layout you like from there. And that's pretty much it. Enjoy flying around with it. Sure thing. If you're looking to use it in OBS, let's walk through that. Just pop open OBS again and head to the sources section. Exactly. So next step, down in your sources tab, just hit that little plus button and choose window capture from the menu. That'll let you select the no horde window, and in absolutely. So once you've picked window capture, just click OK, and then you'll see a list that says select a window to capture. From there, just choose the no horde gorge.exe. Is the no horde board v1.3.01? All right, so there you have it. Now, if you're noticing that little green background hanging around, no worries, I'll show you how to get rid of that next. Absolutely. So here's the next step. Just right click on that window capture source you just added, and then go ahead and click on filters. Exactly, you've got that. So once you're in the filters menu, you'll see two sections, audio filters and effect filters. Don't worry about the audio side, you're going to want to click the plus button under effect filters. And from there, you're just a step away from exactly right. So once you see that list of options, just go ahead and click on chroma key. That's a magic button that'll wipe out that green background for you. And once you apply it, you should be all set. There's an So there you have it. That's how you get your keyboard and mouse overlay up and running. You can move it around and place it anywhere on your screen that feels right. And yeah, the moment you press the key like W, it'll show up right there on the overlay. Nice and easy. Now if you want a controller overlay too, I'll show you how to do that next. Anything Alright, so next up, go ahead and open your browser. And just pop open a new tab. Then just search for Game Guide. And hit enter. It should be the first option that comes up in the search results. Absolutely. So once you've got that gamepad site up, just make sure your controller's turned on. Then give any button on your controller a quick tap. And you should see it pop up with a view like currently viewing none that you can change to Xbox view or pane view. Exactly, you've got it. So once you see that little currently viewing none message, you're just going to go ahead and switch it over to player one. Gotta make sure your controller is recognized and everything will Absolutely. So once you've got player one selected, just go ahead and move your controller around a bit. You should see on your screen that it's tracking those movements right along with you. Pretty neat, right? Do you want to tweak anything else? We'll have more. Right on. So you can actually switch up the controller type by clicking that little Xbox button right there. You'll see options for different controllers. No PS5 option just yet, but I'm sure that'll roll out sooner or later. So sure thing. So just pick whichever controller overlay you want from the list. And now to bring it into OBS, here's what you'll do. Click on those three dots over there and then hit generate URL. Absolutely. So the next step is to just double check that your player number is set to player one. If it's not, the whole thing won't quite work as expected. Then go ahead and pick the exact same skin you chose from the start, and you'll be all good to go. Exactly, you'd got it. So when you hit that generate custom URL option, just look right underneath it for the link that appears. Then go ahead and click on that link to copy it. Absolutely. So once you've got that link copied, just hop back over into OBS. Then in your sources panel, you're going to click on the option to add in your browser source. That way you can just paste that URL in, and you're okay to see your controller overlay pop up. right on it. So once you've added that browser source, just go ahead and click OK. And simply delete whatever default URL is in there. Paste in the link you got from the gameplay setup, and hit OK one more time. You might see the controller says it's disconnected at first, but just give your controller a little wiggle, and it should connect right away. And then the Archie laser walkthrough. Sure thing. So here I've got a controller overlay on the screen, along with a keyboard and mouse overlay as well. You're all welcome to set it up this way. And let me show you one more little trick to wrap things up. Anything else on your mind? Got it. So now we're talking about the scene translator. You're just going to want to click on that. And what it does is basically add a nice little animation effect whenever you switch from one scene to another. Exactly. So just go ahead and click on whatever animation option grabs your attention, whether it's a swipe or some other effect, and just see which one you like best. Then you can build out another scene. Absolutely. Let's dive right into an example. So we'll just pick an animation, say a nice smooth swipe, and apply it to the scene. Here we can just test it out, watch that transition happen. You got it. So you see how it says it does an animation right there? You guys can check that out and see exactly how it adds that slick little transition effect. It's pretty cool, right? Anything else you want to explore? And that is pretty much it. So if you want to jump into streaming, I'll show you how to get that started real quick, and then we'll wrap up the video. Anything else in your mind? All right, let's do it. So go ahead and pop back into your OBS settings for a moment. Sure thing. So just head over to the stream tab in your settings. Now I'm live right now, so I can't show you my screen, but you'll see where it says service. Just click on that menu and pick whichever platform you're streaming to. You can either connect your account directly, which is the easier way, or use your stream key like I do. And that's pretty much how you set it up. Anything else you need help with? And now if you go down to where it says video, you'll Absolutely. So just a heads up, I'm recording in live right now, so I can't tweak it myself at the moment. But you'll see it says base canvas resolution. Just set that to whatever your computer can handle. Same with your output resolution. And for the FPS, just go with what your machine can comfortably run. I don't usually push mine to the max. I like to keep it easy. So yeah, that's the gist. Anything else in your mind? Exactly. And if you hop into the hotkey section, you'll find a whole bunch of shortcuts you can assign. Like I've got one that starts and stops my recording with a single keystroke. So yeah, that's pretty much what these do. Super handy. Absolutely. So if you jump over to the advanced section, there's a whole bunch of options there, and I won't bore you by going through every single one. But if you then head to appearance, you can actually tweak the style of your OBS. You can see me doing it right now. Just have fun with it and make it your own. Anything else in your mind? Gotcha. And if you're feeling like going for a little OG vibe, you can pop into the style settings, although I'll admit I kind of blanked on exactly why that option is hidden now. Usually there's a theme section where you can change the look and feel. So yeah, have a little poke around and make it your own style. Anything else you'd like to chat about? Alrighty, so if you head over to the output section, you'll see it's got tabs for streaming, recording, and audio settings. And hey, we can dive. Alright, so we'll pop into the streaming settings now. And just a heads up, I'm currently live myself, so I can't actually poke around these settings. But I'll walk you through it. Basically, you'll see an audio track option, and I just leave that on 1. Keep the audio encoder as it is, no need to complicate things. And if you're on Twitch, you got a Twitch VOD track setting. I just set mine to track 2, but really it's up to you. And for the video encoder, just leave it as is. I'd keep the rescale disabled as well. Just keeps everything stable. Absolutely. Let's hop right over to the recording tab next. Absolutely, let's roll with that. So once you're in the recording tab, sure, you'll see the type is set to standard. Honestly, I think that might be where you can switch things up if you're looking for that OG theme vibe, but hey, don't quote me on that if it's not the spot. Now for the recording path, you can totally leave that as is or change it to wherever you want your files to land. Recording format, yep, pick what works for you. Video encoder, audio encoder, just leave them as is or tweak if you like. Audio track, you can set it to 1, or if you've got a different preference like I do sometimes, do that. And yeah, just keep the rescale output disabled, unless you got a reason to change it. And the extra encoder settings, those are basically your playground, so do whatever feels right for you. Yeah, audio settings can definitely feel a bit quirky, but no worries, we'll break it down together. So let's dive into the audio tab, and I'll walk you through. Absolutely. Let's break it down step by step then. Audio can definitely seem like it's got a lot of knobs and levers. Sure thing. So if you're looking at the audio settings under the output section, basically each option lets you tweak how your audio is handled when you stream or record. For example, you can set which audio tracks get included in your stream to YouTube, and how they're encoded. In other words, it's just about making sure your audio is coming through the way you want it to on YouTube. So yeah. Absolutely. Let's just skip the replay buffer for now. Honestly, that's one of those features you can totally leave alone if you really need it. All right, let's pop over to the General tab then. Got it. We're really cruising through the General tab. So basically, yeah, just set the language to whatever you're comfortable with and leave those open stats if you like having them handy. As for updates and all that jazz, just keep it as recommended. No need to overthink it. Snap sensitivity, projectors, hutching the cursor, so those however you like. System tray, enabling preview. It's all pretty much a personal preference playground. And yeah, if you want to try studio mode or multi-view, go for it. Pick whatever layout suits you best. Anything else you want to dig into next? All right, sounds good. So that's pretty much a wrap for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And you know what? Actually, before we call it a day, let me quickly show you what studio mode is. It's basically a feature that lets you preview your scenes before pushing them live so you can switch between them smoothly. Let's dive into that real quick, and then we'll Absolutely. I'll break down studio mode for you, and then I'll head off. So studio mode is basically your behind the scenes control room. It lets you see and edit your next scene before your viewers see it live. So you can line things up, make sure everything looks just right, and then push it out on your audience seamlessly. All right, that covers studio mode. And I'm going to head on now. Let me know if you need anything else.